I love the smell of art in the morning. Hey guys, it's Titty Sprinkles, and today I'm going to explain to you how combining two opposites can make an art composition really good, or if it's just gonna make it look like crap. So I got a couple of my art pieces right here from over the years, and I honestly didn't know that I was combining two opposites together in my art a whole bunch until I actually looked back at it and saw all these similarities throughout my art style and form. And that's when I realized that I really liked combining opposites together, and that is my main form of art, showing that things that are still completely different can still go well together. And I think it's because I'm the exact opposite of my sister. She's got a messy room, I got a clean room. She loves vegetables, I hate vegetables. She was a gamer girl way before I was, but now I'm kind of a gamer girl, so I guess that's a way similar. And she's able to get guys right after she's broken up with one, like 5 days later, and I never even had a boyfriend, so we're pretty much the opposites.
I am so lonely.
So the first type of opposites we're going to talk about is doing very little things that are slightly the opposite of the other, but you don't really notice it until you get really into the art. And one of my paintings that I've done that does this is this one right here. Now if you've been to my DeviantArt page, you've seen this before, well, in sketch form, not in color. But as you can tell, it's obviously a girl trapped in a bubble with sparkles and a cute ballerina dress and all that stuff. But the little subtle differences that you can see here is if, let me get in there. It's like little things right there. There's tiny spikes. And she's also wearing a gas mask. Maybe it's better if I turn it like this. There you go, now she's falling. But she has a tiny gas mask on their face, if my finger will reach it. And that is not usually cute. It usually means like death or something. And I wanted to add that into my art to create it sort of like something that will draw the eyes to it, because at first you don't notice that. You notice the bubbles and the roses and the dress and all that stuff, and it's only when you look really deep into it do you notice all these tiny details that make it look creepy, like the spider web on the dress and the gas mask, and like I said before. Now this can be done in a bunch of different forms, like you don't even have to make it really subtle, you can put little details all over the thing. I just don't like doing backgrounds very much. Also, sorry if my camera's a little shaky, I'm doing it on like a tiny coffee table, so my computer's gonna be moving around. I'm gonna try to not do that with my legs. But usually when I like to do with subtle differences, I usually use watercolor on them because it just makes them blend in more than it would with Sharpie or colored pencils, but you can use whatever. Another way in combining opposites with your artwork is combining something that's different from the thing you have, but still is very similar to what you have had in the first. What I mean is combining something that's very similar, but still different from the original. Yeah. This is a good example of that. See, what I did here is I drew a whole bunch of feathers with little designs in them, like when adult coloring books were really popular, and they still kind of are. But as I did that, I also made rainbow paint splatters everywhere and used calligraphy, and it says "Stay creative." Now the thing with the opposite with this, but it's also the same, is that I used all colors of the rainbow, and I used all colors of the rainbow in the paint that I splattered everywhere. This creating chaos, while this creating a nice, elegant pattern. And to add on to the elegance, because there was more chaos than elegance, is that using calligraphy, I made it look fancy. And obviously, since you can tell, I got a first place on there. So, that's pretty cool. You can try doing this with all art forms too. You can use any kind of supplies you want. As long as you combined it with things that are similar and different, you'll basically get the same results. But you won't get first place. Now for this opposite art form, I didn't really show it well on this piece of art, but I can generally give you an idea of what I was trying to do. Now this kind of art has more things that are alike the main point, but there's one big thing that stands out that sort of attracts the viewer's attention. And what I mean that is there's a focal point in each art piece that draws your attention. Well, even back in olden times where they would just paint farms and stuff, they would paint like a cabin or maybe a stream or even a freaking cow right in the middle of the art, but that would attract your attention because it's different from everything else. And this is what I did with that art style. See, everything is dark, gothic, and creepy, and there's this dude that's just chilling on fire. I will kill you. And then there's this chick right here covered in flowers and stuff. Now, this was actually kind of a cartoon idea I'm coming up with, and I kind of scrapped it because I made it when I was in 6th grade, so it's not gonna work. But the main thing is, everything else is dark, creepy, and scary, except for this part right here, where it's all sunshine, rainbows, butterflies, and colorful. And this is actually when I first got Prismacolor pencils, so you can obviously tell that they're great. But that's the thing. When you're doing art with opposites, or any art in general, use a focal point in there to keep the person's attention. Once they focus on that thing you put in there that you want their attention for, they will notice all the smaller details as they look into the art. And that's what you want them to do, to look at your art longer and really examine it or define its meaning. Or if you're just doing it for money, then at least they're using their money well spent. That was only $3. Senpai! No! Now, in this opposite combination art form, there's no real deep meaning to it. You're just doing it because you wanted to combine two different things. In this, I think either I did in my freshman year or in 8th grade. I'm not sure. But it's obviously a drawing of life and death, day, night, blah, 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 blah. A living tree, dead tree, moon, sun, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. And if you don't know what it says in the middle, it means opposites are the same because they are different. My spelling is not great, so do not judge me. I do not speak the English. Obviously, you can tell that everything is the opposites, but there are things that are the same. And by that, I mean that there's a dog, and there's a dog, but the dog's dead. There's a hand, but it's bones. In the end, they're the same thing. They just appear different. Same as the sun and moon. Both provide us life, trees, grass, all that. And this is basically, kind of does have a deep meaning if you read what it says. But instead of having the person look for that meaning, they can plainly see it right there. Which is cool. But if you're more like into the illustrating kind of art, this would be to do it because you kind of want the reader or the watcher to really think about what's going on in the art and what you're trying to show. This is more like a representation of something I'm wanting to show, rather than letting the person think of it, which is what most art does. Now, this last style of different combining arts is my favorite because it has sort of like a scary tone or a cute tone, and it combines dark elements into it, or it just switches it around. And here's what I mean. This is a painting I done a while ago, and again, it's on my DeviantArt channel in the description down below. Basically, Satan's unicorn. See, it's a pony, but it's completely skeleton. It's got some ram horns. It's got a unicorn horn. It's pastel colored, and if you look really close, it's got some white spots on there. And I wanted to make something that was cute, but that was deadly, just like me. And I decided to paint this because I thought it was cool. And I got lazy and thought it was just cool like that, so I didn't want to paint a background. I think this would be cool if I could get it on some shirts or some buttons or whatever, because I think it's a nice design. I also have another piece I did like this. And mainly the reason why I painted that is because when I got the inspiration for this, I discovered this whole new fashion style called pastel goth art, and obviously, if you can tell from my last video, that I got hooked immediately. I fell in love with that, and I still am, because it's everything I love, cute and dead things. So, I also got the inspiration to do this. It's a kawaii anime hoodie, you know, it's got all those chiblis, all those cute little things, and it's all colored with fabric markers and paint markers. When you look on the back, it's all dark, gothic, and creepy. Now, I haven't gotten it done yet, but hopefully I will soon. And I did use Google Translate for the Japanese, so it probably says something completely different, but what it's meant to say is, obviously since there's lips, down there, it obviously means kiss and then my ass, but I didn't write my ass. Hopefully that spells kiss, maybe it smells something like schmiz. But on the front, if I can, I don't exactly remember what I wrote on the front, but I'm pretty sure it was originally like, go to hell, or go fuck yourself or something. I just wanted the front to be something super cute and then actually have a dark meaning into it. But maybe if I go to Japan's, it'll probably just say this woman eats caramel farts or something. I don't know. But hopefully it doesn't say that, because I honestly don't remember what I wrote in front of this. I honestly don't remember what the hell I wrote in the back. So, maybe this one says go to hell? Maybe? I don't know. Whoever speaks Japanese, please translate whatever the hell I wrote on here. Or find Google Translate and do it for me, because I'm lazy, and I really don't care. But if I know if I ever go to Japan, they're gonna have some pretty strong words to say to me, probably. So... Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you really like it, and I hope you take my advice into account by combining opposites in different ways you can do it. And don't worry if it doesn't really work out for you, if you're just watching this because you're bored. It's not like some weird ninja dude's gonna come in and try to kill you with a katana blade.
Where are they?
お前はもう死んでいる。何